Hey, everybody, it's November 21st, and this is the Wrestling Inc. podcast talking tonight about NXT. Here we are, 48 hours out for Thanksgiving, 96 hours away from Survivor Series. It is a fun, crazy time in this wacky world of professional wrestling. And here we are, face to face together again, myself and my lovely co host, NYC Demon Diva, Issa. Great to see you, Issa.
It's good to see you too, Glenn. I want you to know I am thankful for you.
Oh, I'm thankful for you as well. It's just always so nice when it's the two of us. No disrespect to our other co-hosts, but
Well, the strike finally ended, so hopefully we can pick up on our project at some
yes, at
point.
some
But
point.
we don't get that one-on-one anymore with this long break that Yellow Jackets tends to take. So every once in a while, I just miss it when it's just us. We get each other.
You know what it's like podcasting with you? It's like having just a quiet evening at home, and we've got another co-host. It's like we have to entertain. I have to put on something a little nicer. I can't wear my sweatpants. I have to be, a little more. I'm trying to just, keep the banter going at all times. It's comfortable, Lisa. It's like we've been together for a long time, and we've both given up, but in the best way possible.
Well, I've been here for almost 3 years now. Like
Yeah,
you're the OG, but I'm actually after you, the second senior. Like
I
we're
know.
the old people of Wrestling Inc. Everybody else came after us, so
I know.
it makes sense for us to be comfortable with each other. I love podcasting with you. It's one of my favorite things in the world. So I'm super excited. No offense to all the people that we podcast with, but I'm super excited to talk some NXT with you.
Yes. So tonight, I mean, first off, what do you think of these news stories about they had to announce Randy Orton in the most
Oh, they had
anticlimactic
to.
way
Oh
last
my God.
night?
Well, first of all, no offense. People are gonna come for me because you know how I talk about Cody, but he botched that. Like, yo, bro, just say it's Randy. You
Yeah.
almost ran out of time by the way that he was hyping it up, and he's like, just
Yes.
say who it is. But I mean, they had to announce it. I'm glad that he wasn't there. Like, I'm watching it live, and I'm like, have him, bring him out, bring him out. I was like, no, that still saves that pop for
Yeah, but
Saturday. But you know what? Sometimes it's better to set the expectation. Didn't they do that? I can't remember for what pay per view it was, but when people were speculating, oh, Sasha's coming back, and they ended up announcing. I can't remember which one, but it was recently too, where they were like, or maybe they thought it was Jade. I can't remember, but WWE at least is just not. They're just setting the expectation right. If you walk out disappointed because a surprise didn't happen, that's on you. It's not on them.
yeah. Yeah. Um the thing it would have been funnier because he did this thing. You might think we're the prey, but we've got the apex predator. No, that's not just voices you're hearing. It would have been funnier if he just would have said, we've got a fifth team member. Some might say he's the best in the world. We're very much looking forward to being back in Chicago. That's right. Randy Orton is joining our team. And then he did the mic
Okay.
drop and left.
Also, not like that. Also, not like that. He could have said we have a fifth member. It came out of nowhere. Oh,
I gotta get a video mixer for my input.
I
You're
don't do.
stepping up your
That's
game.
no. That's a Streamyard thing. I don't do
Wait,
that.
StreamYard does that?
It's a Streamyard and Facebook thing. Yeah. And look at the me see. I might botch it, but let me see if it does it. Does it do it? Oh, the hearts are not coming out. Sometimes hearts come out when you do that. Like
Wait, really?
it's a Streamyard thing. I
I've
think
never
somebody
seen this.
has to give us a love on Facebook
Oh,
before it does
okay.
that.
Where are Facebook reactions? That's how it works. See, I thought you had some fancy
No. That's not me. I don't know that much. It's not that deep.
wow. Okay. Well, there you go, folks. Make the magic. Why does it only happen on your screen though?
Maybe because they like me and not you,
Oh,
Glenn.
that's true. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Good to know. Good to know. So oh man, this is something to talk about. So Blacksaw Johnny Hex wants to know thoughts on Nick Hogan being bonded out and should he have a driver's license?
Can
Um,
we talk about the legit anger I felt reading that headline on TMC? Because of
yeah.
what we know, because of his history. How do you
Yes.
get behind a wheel again, yet again, and then do it under the influence of anything when you already risk people's lives? Like I don't know much about the law. My opinion doesn't mean much, but I can tell you one thing, Johnny Hex. I felt legitimate anger reading that headline. And it's not the first time. We've seen other people that have done this continuous time, and I felt that same anger when I read those, those news from them. But yeah, it's very irresponsible and it's ridiculous. And no, I don't think he should have a driver license. No. I personally don't think he should have one.
I differ. I try not to. I try and separate the art from the artist. But it's funny, I refused. He
ain't no artist. He ain't done nothing. Anyway.
No. But it's like I refused. I gave up on supporting Motley Crue. Vince Neil was involved in a drunk driving accident, killed Razzle from Hanoi Rocks back in the 80s. And then he's had subsequent DUI since. And it's just like, that's really messed up.
I feel that way about, I hate to bring it up, but I feel that way about Jeff Hardy. Every time I see him perform, there's that thing in the back of my head that is like, yeah, I can't. Like, all of those news and headlines just come to my brain. And I hope he gets better. I hope he gets the help. But,
absolutely.
It's just somebody that is hard to support and be like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, not like he used to be.
And in this day and age, I mean, look, let me just say this to our audience. It used to be, I have to call a cab or I have to get a ride from someone. It's like now you have in your pocket the easiest way to get a ride. It is easier than ever to get around. If you are drinking, please do not drive. If you are driving, please do not drink. It is.
I have grabbed friends' phones and pulled up their Uber and put home, like make sure that they're going to the right place. And
I've done that
Uber
too.
On their behalf. Or if not, I'll get in the Uber with you. Make sure I drop you over. We need to like pay for the extra stuff. Like it doesn't matter. And that's the one thing that I always wonder when these things happen. I don't know how you feel, but it's just like, where are the people? Are you out drinking alone? Like, where are the people that support you and love you and care about you? Because I will never let any of the people that I love and care about get behind my vehicle in that condition.
And it's kind of weird, right? Because in the 80s, Stevie Wonder had a song. There were TV campaigns. Like it was a big deal. Now you just get, please drink responsibly. But back in the 80s, it was, hey, idiot, if you're drunk, don't get behind the wheel of a car. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to kill somebody else. You're going to kill your friend. Like, this is a bad idea. And there was a culture of sober driving, right? Of not driving drunk. And I think that we don't see that as much anymore. I mean, and you literally in the 80s, like you had to hit people over the head with that constantly to drive that messaging home.
Yeah, and now you have like groups of people and you have like, I don't know, I feel like at least when I hang out, which is rare, but when I do hang out, we have like a designated driver. We know that person. So like, it's just, the times have changed and it's just rare to see that this still happens, which, like I said, it just makes you speculate. Like, are you out there drinking alone? Do you not have anybody that says, hey, you probably shouldn't do that. Let me make sure you get home. We'll get your car tomorrow. There's just so many other ways to do this nowadays. Or if you can't do it responsibly, don't have a driver license, drink at home. You know what I mean? Like invite people over and just drink at home. But it's just terrible. And I honestly, I just felt very angry and upset when I saw the news.
And I think that, and this is the last thing I'm going to say on the matter. In today's society, with social media and with friends, we're all 1 degree away from someone who's been affected by a terrible disease. And you see people all the time that are like, fuck cancer. There's lots of things that take people from this earth before their time. And it's crazy to me that we're all 1 degree away, if it hasn't personally happened to us, of someone that has lost somebody to a drunk driver or somebody who has had their life seriously damaged by driving drunk and getting caught. And so if that hasn't happened personally to you, but somebody who has either lost somebody or somebody's faced consequences, I just don't understand how in the year 2023 you can think this is acceptable behavior.
Amen.
So that's that. And I guess a good reminder for this holiday season, please take an Uber, take a Lyft, find a safe way to get home. Don't harm yourself or somebody else. So NXT tonight, how's that for a hard transition?
Terrible, but
if you love the ultra complicated rules of the Heritage Cup match and enjoyed that tournament and you were missing it, and you were saying, man, I really missed that ultra convoluted, complicated Heritage Cup scoring system. Well, good news for you tonight, because we had Noam Dar with the Metaphor versus Chad Gable with Alpha Academy in a Heritage Cup match for the NXT Heritage Cup, and everybody was wearing their finest ensembles. A lot of pink in that ring tonight, in all its various shades.
Chad Gable was robbed. Honestly, I did think that it's been too long because sometimes I feel like there's so much wrestling that we consume that a week just seems like forever ago. Like I don't even remember what happened last week's show. I don't know if that ever happens to you, but I'm like, wait, what? But I feel like it's been a long time since we've seen a Heritage Cup rules match.
Yeah.
So when I saw it pop up, I was like, I don't understand what's going on. I did find out, thanks to my chat, that this is the first time that the Heritage Cup has gone all 6 rounds in the States.
Wow.
Fun fact, Glenn. And but yeah, Glenn, Chad Gable was robbed. I know you like Noam Dar and all that, but I was rooting hard for Chad Gable here.
Chad
Match
Gable's
was great.
It was a very good match, but look, when they say Heritage Cup match, part of me is like, okay, I can put this on. I can put this on to make dinner now.
Did you do that? What did you make?
I did. We had some Beyond Burgers, and then it's Thanksgiving week, so it's sort of an eat what you want week, you know, because I subscribed to the Vince McMahon theory that your body can only absorb so many calories. So after a certain point, let's give up. So we had both onion rings and
how it works.
We had both onion rings and waffle fries. And then I made a nice. We had some chipotles and adobo left over from the other day from some chili we made. So I took a little of the adobo sauce and mixed it in with some vegan mayo and made a nice spicy mayo for my onion rings.
What does a vegan Thanksgiving look like?
Oh, well, thank you for asking. We have multiple different roasts. We have a tofurkey roast. They have the OG tofurkey. We have a Gardein roast, which is breaded. So it's very high end. Then we have a variety of other roasts, like Field Roast makes one that's in a puff pastry. And then Friday, we have some Juicy Marbles, which is Juicy Marbles is a vegan brisket that, I kid you not, if I fed this to you, Issa, you could not tell the difference between this and meat brisket.
When I come see you, I'm going to put this to the test. Please remember what we're talking about, because I can't remember who. My sister tried to sell me on something, and as soon as I tested it, I was like, it's gross.
No, Beyond Burger, you could tell kind of the difference.
That's what she was trying to sell me on years ago on a burger. I was like, bro, I can tell the difference. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but Juicy Marble, because I'm like, Martin St. Glenn's gonna get fat again. Yeah, I gotta make a change, man. But
it's a week. Everybody gets a pass this week.
Yeah, Matt Morgan is having a free meal on Thanksgiving and a free meal the day after with turkey sandwiches. So
because of my stomach condition, this is why I choose to travel on Thanksgiving. Like I'm flying. I flew to Boston last year.
Traveling on Thanksgiving's dope. It's great.
Oh, it's the best. Nobody's but I choose to travel on purpose so I can skip the eating and the awkward. No, I really can't eat that because you know how it be. Some of us can't eat, so I just skip it all together.
Now, have you tried the trick? We've gotten some freebies. We've never gotten a full upgrade. I think we were on JetBlue. They didn't even have first class. But do you bring something for your flight attendants on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Yeah, on a holiday.
If I'm traveling on a holiday, I'll bring, even if it's a silly pack of like a sweet or something.
Yeah,
just to be
we get a box of chocolates for them.
It sucks to be. Yeah, that's what I did the last time. It was like these little cookies that they sell here at the Puerto Rican airport.
Yeah.
But I remember I was like, yo, it sucks working on Thanksgiving. So here you go. Thank God there was only 3 because that's all I had on me. But I got an upgrade, Glenn.
See, so everyone, if you're traveling on any holiday, specifically though Thanksgiving or Christmas, the actual holiday itself, bring something for your flight attendants. It's a bribe that often pays off quite nicely.
Yeah.
And they appreciate it. And it's just nice. It's just nice to be nice. But yeah, so the Juicy Marbles though, so I don't know if you've ever had this with cooking. I said to my mom, you used to make brisket, growing up in a Jewish household when I was a kid. What's your secret brisket recipe? I'm going to make that with the Juicy Marbles. And she's like, well, you want to get some carrots and some onions and some potatoes to cook in with it. And she's like, and then just dump 2 packs of Lipton onion soup mix and a whole bunch of butter in there with it. And I'm like, wait, this is our secret family recipe? It's just a sodium bomb?
Yeah.
So we made that and it tasted exactly like it did when I was a kid. But it's funny when you find out that your parents or your family's secret recipe just literally is like on the back of a box.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Juicy Marbles is next level though. Like seriously, it was a little pricey, but we get it for special occasions, and yeah, it's indistinguishable from actual brisket. It even shreds vertically or horizontally like brisket does. But yes, when we get together, I will make that for you. So back to the Heritage Cup, which is
why though this conversation is better. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's not I like the match. I just hate these rules. Like they're just so hard to understand.
Yes. Jared Ford saying that's what he uses for pot roast. I found that one packet of Lipton onion soup mix works as well as two.
Yeah,
You
but the
know?
more the merrier. It's Thanksgiving.
So much sodium. It's so much sodium.
You're telling me that you're gonna eat whatever you want. It's
I
Thanksgiving,
know.
and then you're gonna worry about one pack of soup. Chill.
Yes. Okay, so as Goodfellow 1422, Cup got a lot of time mid finish. I was worried when they started with this.
Finish.
When they started this match and it was going for 3 rounds, I was like, oh shit, this is going to be one of those, it's a holiday week and we're just kind of phoning it in episodes. Thankfully it wasn't. But honestly, I'm curious if somebody has access to the segment ratings. I'm curious how these Heritage Cup matches do, because I think that this is some of the most AEW shit that they do in NXT. And what I mean by that is it's a showcase for technical, excellent wrestling. And I'm not saying that NXT doesn't have that, but I was talking about this with Matt Morgan last night in the podcast Gigantic Pop that we do, cheap plug. I was saying that what I like about NXT is they cram usually like 20 segments into 2 hours.
Right, they did that tonight.
Yeah, there was a lot, but this was a really like long opening match.
Yeah, it was. But after this, everything felt like they packed a lot, because I feel like we'll have a lot to talk about. But yeah, I don't think for the finish that we got, I guess for it to look like a tie, but not really. Like,
yeah, because Dar tapped out.
Finish.
But the referee.
Yeah, but the ref, the bell when he tapped allegedly after the bell rang. I thought it was at the same time. Regardless, he's still the whatever the cup champion is,
Heritage
but
Cup.
I was that thing. I was rooting for Chad Gable here. So justice for Chad Gable, hashtag make it trend.
Chad Gable's great. I mean, like the shoosh thing, who was I talking about this with? I do so many podcasts now, I can't remember, Issa.
Wow.
But it's good that he has that, because maybe I was talking about this with Matt Morgan, or maybe I was talking about this with Flobo. I can't remember. I don't think you were there. But what we were saying is that if you're a wrestler and someone can't imitate you and somebody know who it is that you're imitating, like you've got a problem as a wrestler, which is to say that if you don't have a defined character and you don't have catchphrases, nobody.
It's almost like, can you describe this gimmick in one sentence?
And again, if your gimmick is, well, I'm a really good wrestler, you don't have a gimmick.
You don't have a gimmick.
Yeah. So Shush, I mean, it's better than Shorty G.
I love Chad Gable. I'm a big, massive fan, and I don't know, you put him in any match and he's just gonna deliver. I saw him and I was like, oh, great way to open the show, because I knew we were in for a treat match-wise, but the finish I could have done without it.
Yeah, so Otis and Mensa got in a shoving match after, and then Maxine Dupree slapped Clash Legend. So
yes, she did.
I mean, forget whatever we have for Survivor Series. This should be the War Games match.
Yes, it should. But Maxine Dupree looked great on Monday Night Raw last night. I thought she had a great showing. For a second, I was kind of rooting for her and Ivy Nile to become the new number 1 contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championships over on Raw. So, I love seeing the growth of Maxine Dupree as not just, a ballet or a sidekick to the Alpha Academy, but like really doing some of the moves that they taught her. So I'm here for Maxine. She's really growing on me. And Lash Legend, I always been a fan. I'm glad that they're using her.
Tony D and Stax were having a celebration at the restaurant tonight.
My God, this was amazing.
This was good. And the family's growing.
The family is growing.
Yes, I can't remember her name.
Did you like the accent?
Her accent?
Or do you think she was trying a little too hard?
I think
on a scale of 0 to Cody Rhodes, how try hard was she?
Okay, so I follow her on Instagram. Why is her name escaping me? But it's interesting. I do think she's overacting a little bit, but I get it. Even Tony at first hadn't fully settled into the character. I think she will settle into this the more it goes on.
Right. Isn't it crazy to see how far Tony has come?
Yeah.
I mean, we still love him. Not you. You sold out on him that 1 week. But we still love him. I'm not letting that go. But yeah, it's crazy to see how much he's grown from those, video packages that we love to make fun of and all that, to like what he
make fun of him. Actually, I'm not sure if I worked myself into a shoot on that one, because at first were we like being sarcastic and then we ended up loving him.
I wasn't. I loved it from the beginning.
I loved it too.
Yeah.
Adriana Rizzo
Oh yeah.
is her name.
Yeah. You
Yes.
still didn't answer my on a scale of 0 to Cody Rhodes. How try hard was she? But
I'll say this: she has turned it up to 11.
So she Cody Rhodes. Anyways, yeah, I love this segment. I just gotta point out the very well prepared pasta because we saw the complete opposite from that later on in a different segment. We'll get into that.
That was the segment of the night.
How the hell do you screw up spaghetti? Like not even mom's spaghetti, it can be screwed up. But anyways, I love this. And are we gonna cover all the Tony segments? Or
we'll space it out. We don't want to. You can't just know.
All right, so they got to the restaurant. Everybody, it was very. I don't know if you've seen Bad Bunny's latest video for his amazing art masterpiece Monaco, but they walked through the backstage of the restaurant. I felt the vibes. I felt the vibe. I was here for this.
I'm missing pasta. I'll just say that much. I haven't had pasta in a while. And these segments make me miss pasta.
NXT, like I've been doing really good because I've been going through it with the diet and all that. Yeah. I've been doing really good. I'm telling you, the one time that I find myself craving really bad food is when I watch NXT.
Now, like, can you have noodles? Yeah. Can you have like noodles with butter or margarine? You can't even just do that?
No.
Wow. So sorry.
Times are tough right now.
I know.
It's okay. Well, it'll pass and we're going to get like, I'm going to make some. I'm going to make my own spaghetti and it's going to look a lot better than that Von Wagner spaghetti. We'll get into it.
Yes. We'll dive in. We saw Trick and Carmelo and Trick was asking Carmelo if he's okay. He says he's locked in. So this was setting up his match against Josh Briggs. But then we had Lyra Valkyria head down to the ring. This was interesting how they did this.
Hold on. Before we get to Lyra, you forgot to say that Melo tells Trick he don't want him ringside.
Oh, that's right.
Though he kind of just pulled up on Trick's match without asking to. I don't know. This needs to be stopped. Like, we need to get to what's going on between these two. The teasing of it, playing just the tip, nah.
Okay. MDB999 is asking the real questions. How good is the catering in NXT?
It's trash.
Well, because I was going to say, we've got a lot of NXT talent and people that work in NXT that watch this very podcast. But now that it occurred to me, I've never heard anything about the catering in NXT. You hear the great things about WWE catering, like, oh my God, it's so amazing backstage. They have these amazing spreads. I wonder if because the talent lives in Florida, I wonder if it's like arrive having already eaten situation. Like you're responsible for your own food on show day, or do you think they put out a spread, or does somebody go get like El Pollo Loco or a bunch of salad? I'm curious what it is. Issa, are you texting someone to find out?
I am.
Text NXT Anonymous, because I knew I was just like, she's texting someone. I've got like a fefew people I can message, but I'm not going to do it when I'm on the air. And they're going to be like, this is what you want to know?
Yeah. I was going to text and then I was like, wait, that sounds bad. That sounds like I'm asking you if you're in catering. Let me clarify what I mean before I send this text.
Yes. This is going to be a scoop. Wrestling Inc. This is going to be a headline.
Yeah.
NXT catering revealed. You never hear about it.
I'm working on it.
Okay. I'll text some. I'll DM some people later in the night. Okay. So Lyra Valkyria was supposed to face Zia Lee, and I was like, man, they're really burying this match. But they swerved us because Zia attacked Lyra to set this up as the main event tonight, to build more drama and suspense for this match. I was worried when I thought this match was going to go on so early. I was like, man, like
me too.
Lyra's title running off to a great start.
But then I thought they weren't going to do it, which I thought would have been better off.
Oh my God. I was worried for a second. It was going to be say she's not medically cleared. We have to have another tournament or something.
No, not that. But I thought they should have moved it for last week because I think that seeing Xia Li lose to Becky Lynch really took away a lot of momentum from this match tonight. Because Xia, I mean, it was a great match. Don't get me wrong. They killed it on Raw last night, but her losing to Becky Lynch automatically took my interest away for this.
Yeah.
So I thought they were going to do some kind of angle where Xia would not just let the match happen for a week or two. You know what I mean? Just to see if if maybe you could gain some momentum back because she just lost clean to the woman that Lyra beat. So what's the point? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. But it also made her look. It made Lee look more vicious. Like it did. The trick worked. Some of these tropes exist for a reason. It did make me more interested to see the match. Made me think maybe who knows what's going to happen. Because I didn't think a title was going to change if it was the second match on the card, but as the main event, maybe.
Right.
You have they read?
No,
the
I don't have
yet?
an update yet.
Okay.
I don't have an update yet.
I'm like, who am I going to DM that's not going to just like reply to me and be like,
I'm sending it to a backup too. I'm asking. I know people. Okay, Glenn.
I
got connections. I got connections. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be like this bitch.
You know what? You know what's really funny? We've been doing this for a long time, like almost 3 years.
Yeah.
I've asked soft questions before, like, "Hey, can you give me a hint about where something's going, or about a return, or about this or that?"
Oh no, I never ask about that. I ask the most random crap.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the most direct shit. This is the most spoiler insider info
I ever asked.
that we've ever asked from someone in NXT. And NXT, if you're watching this, any talents, my DMs are open. You can reach out to me,
but I never check them.
Yeah, and save me the humiliation of having to like DM Baron Corbin to ask how catering is in NXT compared to the main roster.
No, Baron Corbin don't be eating that crap. He cooks too good. He gets to NXT well fed. He probably brings a little lunchbox too.
Yes. Well, showing his house tonight, man. Damn. Yeah. Bum ass Corbin is in the past. So okay. Yeah, Alicia A is saying, just let them know that the audience of your after show wants to know about the catering. Like, it's just, inquiring.
Somebody else is texting me, and I'm like, can you not? I'm expecting a reply here before we go off the air. Thank you.
Okay, so Enofe and Blade took on Los Lobos Locos, Humberto Carrillo, and Angel Garza. Why isn't that stuck? If we have any influence in the world of NXT,
Los Lobos Locos.
Yes.
That's what we call them on my streams too. I don't know why everybody isn't calling them that at this point.
I know. Well, especially with what happened later in the night. But the Wolves got the win tonight.
Los Lobos
Locos.
I think you're just like that. I call them that, so I stopped calling them the Menudo Reject. What do you think of Humberto's gear with the what do you think with did you see the one leg that looked like it had been ripped by a wolf?
Yes.
What do you think of that? Do you like that touch?
If I booked NXT, I might not have them like wear like fur or masks, but I would definitely be working in more vignettes, more full moon things like, oh, the match is gonna be on a full moon, and then they're gonna get extra vicious and win. Like, I would absolutely tie in more of a supernatural element. You know?
What, you want the grandpa to show up on CGI?
They had a dream where they woke up and they had like they were bleeding from the wolf scratch, and they've got the mark of the wolf. Like, here's my thing. You don't half-ass this, right? Like, if you're going to go that direction, go that direction. It's the same thing they used to say about Bray Wyatt. It's like, if Bray Wyatt is a supernatural force, why can't he possess other people? Why can't he hypnotize other people? He did that a little bit with the Wyatt family, but it's like, I think WWE needs to not be afraid to just take this all the way.
Okay.
Especially because they're getting this little push now. But it's rumored that they might be Santos Escobar's new backup band on the main roster.
No, God, no.
That's what the dirt sheets are saying.
Why?
Because he had the fallout with the LWO.
Okay, so you're gonna take away 2 jobbers and put 2 new jobbers?
Basically, but the Wolves though.
No. Shut up, Glenn.
What if he comes up and what if
I love your reasoning. You're like, but they're wolves.
What if their faction name is the Lone Wolves?
No. It will take away from what Santos killed it on Friday.
He was good.
How are you gonna mix them with these guys that see their dead grandpa?
Everyone keeps talking about this.
No. Who's talking about it?
I read
They're
the
just putting it
people.
together because they're Mexican. That's BS.
Well, this is
It's true.
WWE.
It's true. That's what they do. No, that's
Yeah,
what the
I mean,
fans do. That's what the fans do. Oh, come on.
I don't know.
I'll say it.
Oh, there we go. Beer Money saying what would they be? They'd be the LWO Wolfpack.
Oh my God, I have an answer. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not. Keep talking about the show.
Yes, I like LWO Wolfpack.
Oh God. Listen, I can't disclose anything, but the first message said between you and me, and I'm like, oh God, this does not sound good.
Okay. Well, so we'll just take that as a no comment from the first person she texted that maybe I'm just going to infer from that maybe NXT catering is nothing to write home about. They don't have the little cookies that everybody loves.
Hold on, I gotta find a different word to use. It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good. Like it's fine.
It's the way that it was just sold to me. It sounds like it's very good. I can't use the word because then I will be using a slang word and people will try to figure out.
I know who you're talking to.
It's good. All right.
Okay. I'm gonna get some secondary. You know what? Between us, we could probably pull like at least 10 to 20.
1,000. I literally texted at least like 4 people already. So they all respond. That's already a good percentage,
Okay. There you go here, folks. Issa doesn't want to brag, but she's a little bit of an insider. She's got connections. You want to know how NXT catering is? She can find that out for you. It is at the Performance Center, so that probably a leg up on what it was at.
Yeah, because you have people training there every day, regardless of NXT. You know what I mean? But so why couldn't they have catering, like cater that meal? First of, you know what? I can't wait to get to that segment. We'll talk about it.
Okay. This is good. We're getting to the
investigative. Can I call myself an investigative journalist now?
Yes.
Oh my God. Wait, I have a speech prepared. No, I'm kidding.
So Josh Briggs versus Carmelo Hayes for an Iron Survivor.
I don't want to talk about this. You know what?
Iron Survivor Challenge qualifying match. And Lexus King, you lovable scamp, came out and caused a distraction, letting Josh Briggs get the win. Look, I'm bummed that Carmelo Hayes isn't going to be in that match, but we're going to have Carmelo Hayes versus Lexus King at Deadline.
Yeah, but if he would have accepted Trick Williams' help, this would have not happened.
If we have Lexus King versus Carmelo Hayes, Carmelo's losing.
It's his first feud. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, that's a crazy first feud to give Lexus King.
But Carmelo Hayes, though, is on the Braun Breaker plan.
You need to relax. Like, don't talk about Melo. Don't miss. All right.
But he's on the Braun Breaker plan.
First of all, right, hear me out.
Okay.
You guys know I have to confess. I do this live on the internet. You can go back and watch it. But I literally said, "Oh, we don't have to pay attention to this match. We know Melo's winning." Put the clown mask on real quickly. Put the clown makeup on because that is not how this went at all.
Somebody on Facebook hit the laughing emoji on Facebook.
I like the distraction. I did, but I don't know. Like, who's in this Iron Survivor match now for the guys?
Yeah.
Like, you think I'm gonna be into this match because Briggs, is that him, Briggs or Jensen? I don't know. One of them, the Virgin, he's in it. I don't want to watch that. I want to see Melo in the match.
Was that Briggs? Was Briggs the Virgin?
I think so. I think they both.
I thought it was. I think.
Damn, Glenn.
That would be an amazing stable gimmick for their faction. But like for religious reasons, like purity rings. But Goodfellow 1422 says Braun and Melo putting people over a good call, Glenn. I mean, yeah, like they've done. Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker have done just about everything they need to do. They've done the feats of strength. They've run the gauntlet. They're ready for the main roster. And now that they're here, I mean, I think if Carmelo loses to Lexus King, it's a shame because I want Carmelo versus Trick. I think that should be his swan song in NXT.
Right.
But it might be Lexus King, and they might save that for now.
We'll see. But I mean, I don't even think I like the match. Like, it was just there. I mean, it's good for Jensen or Briggs. Which one was it? Briggs.
It was Briggs.
Okay, Briggs. It's good for Briggs. I'm so bad at it, but it's good for him to be getting the TV time, and I think he'll do great at the Iron Survivor match. Like, but I guess I'm just so Team Mellow that it just upset me. But I guess that will make me more invested into this Lexus King and Mellow. But that means that this Trick Mellow thing is not gonna pay off for a while then.
Yeah, which is weird because I think that.
Oh wait, Trick is in the Iron Survivor match. Okay, I'm into it. I'm back.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, I'm great.
Okay, cool. I'm glad. I was worried. So, okay. But yes, it was surprising. And Lexus King keeping his heat. Lyra Valkyria, we need to figure out, will she be cleared for the main event?
Oh.
But let's talk about the segment of the night.
Yeah.
I was originally just kind of groaning at this, that Von Wagner went over to Mr. Stone's house for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh my God. First off, Mr. Stone's children, adorable, lovely family. But
they were all hyped up on Mutton Dude.
Yes, but then when they sat down with Von Wagner surrounding them,
they made Von Wagner look like an idiot.
Well, they made Stone look like an idiot. They made Von Wagner look like he's the father.
Oh, that's not how I saw it. I thought it came off as Von Wagner was one of the kids.
I thought it came off with, those are Von Wagner's kids.
Nope, I thought it came off like Von Wagner was another one of the kids. I love that we looked at this completely differently. Then, first of all, do you think the brownies were spiked?
No, I don't think the brownies were
come
spiked.
on, would you not think if I show up at your house with brownies, don't eat them?
No, although it would have been funny if the kids were like, these taste awful. And he's like, well, that's because they've got extra protein and fiber in them.
Second of all, after I realized the word spike, I realized those are the brownies that they sell at the dollar store. You know they were with the freaking rainbow sprinkles on top of them that's been there for like 6 months. Did you not see the brownies? Those
Nothing
were
but the best in NXT. The catering apparently is on point, but the props department has no budget. This was
not catering. This was the Stones. And then he said, "Do I look good? I wore my best tank top."
But if you watch that segment and you look at the kids sitting next to him and how they're like agreeing on everything, and I get they tried to do the thing about, you know, his past and his scars, and that was interesting. But then also Von Wagner and the kids are eating the like sausage and pasta, and you go to Robert Stone and it's like totally different pasta with like salad mixed in with it. It was very weird.
Yeah, they gave him the kids food. First of all, that can you the spaghetti looked awful. Admit it, Glenn.
I mean,
it was so dry. It was so dry.
It's pretty hard to mess up pasta.
That's what I'm saying. One spaghetti, how do you mess that up?
I don't know, man. But no, my takeaway from this is the angle is going to be that those are Von Wagner's kids. He fathered Robert Stone's children.
Nope, I got that Von. Please, people in the chat, when you watch this segment, did you feel like Von Wagner came off as one of the kids or like the kid's dad? Like, how did that came off? Let me know in the chat, because to me, Von Wagner just felt like another one of the kids.
Okay.
The kids were great and they were adorable, but I could not stop looking at okay, I will say one thing won me over. The dog. There was a dog. That's how you always reel me back in. But they fed the dog why would you feed your dog that nasty pasta?
I mean, dogs are kind of famous.
If I gave that to Roman, he would spit it back at me and be like, "Hey, you better go buy something."
Well, your dog's a bit of a snob, though.
Don't talk about my dog like that.
You baby him.
I do not baby him. He is the king of the house, and I just
look at that photo. Look at that photo. You're telling me those don't look like Von Wagner's kids?
It does.
Yeah, exactly.
You call my dog a snob, though.
I'm just saying he's a little pampered. My cats are the same way.
Oh, my dog is spoiled, so I know he is.
Yeah, but looking at that photo, and I hope they go that direction with this segment. I know that Vaughn and Robert Stone are like the best of friends, but that would be some very Attitude Era shit to pull some drama and break them up. That'd be a fun angle.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the spaghetti was terrible.
It's Moroccan.
If you invite somebody that you're trying to impress, which it appeared this family was trying to impress Von Wagner, wouldn't you order the food and then pretend you cooked it? We all done it.
That's some sitcom. No, I'm in favor of that because that's like a sitcom plot.
You never done that. I've done it.
I've never done that before.
Oh, you just have to get rid of the bags.
Wait a second. You've ordered food.
Yeah, pretend that I cooked it. Oh, 1000%.
Something out of I Love Lucy. That's how old this is as a gag. Like, and you were like,
what, you think I'm gonna cook for someone? Please, unless
why
you're
don't
my
you just
dog.
order in? You know?
No, because I want you to think I cook for you, but doesn't mean I'm actually gonna cook for you. Please. Oh my God. And then he said, oh my God, it tastes just like the restaurant. I'm like, I'm sure it does.
I mean, there's a famous Simpsons episode.
Best steak ever. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I can't make a fucking steak to save my life.
Wow.
I'm not a steak person though. So for my defense, I can cook. I can cook great food. I can cook bistec, churrasco, but not like those thick steaks. I can't make that. Ew, who eats that?
Wesley and Dominic Mysterio came face to face.
Wesley is such a stage 5 clinger.
This match, though, for the North American qualifier,
a banger until they added Cameron Grimes.
Wesley, Cameron Grimes, Bronson Reed, Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
That's going to be good.
Cameron Grimes is taking the pin. I will bet money on it.
Okay. Who do you think wins?
$5.
Wesley?
$5 Glenn. No. Johnny Gargano.
Wait, Johnny Gargano versus Dirty Dom. I mean, is that going to be the match at deadline? That's a real slap to Wesley.
Yeah, why would you give it to Wesley? He lost, and then he went away.
Yeah. Do you think he should go for the main title?
Who? Wesley?
Wesley, yeah. What do you do for Wesley next? Where's Wesley go from here?
The Heritage Cup.
Okay.
He tries hard. Like, I don't think he wins. I don't want to see Wesley and Dom again. Let somebody else take the title off Dom, and then Wesley. Maybe you're right. Maybe Wesley can deal with that person then.
I think that, I mean, that's the story. It's going to be weird if it's Cameron Grimes versus Dominic Mysterio.
It's not going to be. Cameron Grimes is eating the pin. It's going to be the Gargano or Bronson Reed. It's going to be Bronson Reed. He's been like unbeatable on the main roster.
That would be a weird step backward. I mean, it's all former North American champions, but like for Bronson Reed, that would be.
How's that a step backward? He wasn't even on TV this week.
No, I'm saying that it's like, well, for any of them, it would be a step backwards, is what I'm saying. Like, it's not.
Not for Cameron Grimes.
Okay. Well, yes, for Cameron Grimes, he much needed. But what I'm saying is Gargano would be like a true main roster talent coming back down to NXT, whereas Bronson Reed and Grimes are still freshmen on the main roster.
If we do process by elimination, you might be onto something with Wesley winning. And we saw a segment last night on Raw where the tag teams were asking for a chance. I feel like Johnny Gargano and Ciampa are going to go for that tag team turmoil for the number 1 contenders. So I don't see Gargano winning here as much as I'm booking it. I think this is going to come down to Wesley or Bronson Reed. And okay. I think that Bronson Reed is being booked very strong, but they're not doing much with him on the main roster. Why not give him this chance?
Blair Davenport versus Thea Hale, women's Iron Survivor qualifier match. Do you think JBL really watches NXT every week?
I don't.
No, I don't either. That seemed like the most forced thing of JBL.
It was so random too. I was like, what is going on?
That's why I watch Next every week. Wait, how's it pronounced? Oh, NXT. Yeah. Now if you excuse me, I have to get back to trading stocks. But
he probably thinks Finn Balor is the champ. The Demon Balor.
Let me tell you, back in my day, these scrawny, 150-pound soaking wet wrestlers wouldn't have gotten over.
The Demon Balor and the Hugger Bailey are the champs in JBL's eyes.
Thea Hale was distracted because of what's going on with Chase U. And they
haven't told us what the scandal is.
No, next week. So this was an amazing video package tonight that was like Inside Edition about what's really going on at Chase U, his fall from grace, and just this cut together so well with him being like the no questions, and the headlines, all of this. I can't wait to hear from Andre Chase next week to find out what's happening. But I loved that little video package they did about the Chase U scandal that's brewing. I'm so excited.
I was more into that than the match. The match rocked, but I thought that Thea Hale looked incredible in the match.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. The video package was amazing. The match was great. I just really thought that they gave Tia Hill a lot here. It felt like her match against Stephanie Stratton too, where she lost, but she didn't look bad being defeated.
No.
Because when she first came out, I'm like, yeah, Blair is winning this. But throughout the match, I was like, oh my God, Tia looks really, really good. I mean, I hope that she eventually starts winning some matches because she's had some great showings, but it always results in a loss. I hope that eventually she starts winning. But I'm really into this scandal, and I thought she looked great tonight. And I like Blair Davenport advancing.
Okay, so Deadline is happening in December. Soon it'll be here before we know it.
Literally.
Literally. Do we get Blair Davenport winning the Iron Survivor match, becoming the #1 contender for the Women's Championship? And then we get an epic Ghosts of Christmas Past segment where Nikita Lyons, Wendy Chu, and Sol Ruka come back to visit Blair Davenport on Christmas Eve and attack her to get retribution.
Only the wrestling baby Jesus wants to make all your dreams come true.
Someone DM'd me the other day, I can't say who, and was like, Glenn, have you thought about starting or acquiring a wrestling promotion? Because if so, I want in. And what I'm saying, I'm not saying I'm doing that, but I'm saying like the only reason I would ever want to do that
in Vegas
is to do, but I want to do stories. I'll do a show on YouTube and I want to do stories like that. I want to do supernatural. I want to do just crazy shit.
Yeah.
Fun callbacks to pop
go all out.
Because with Blair Davenport, they have to do this. She has all these women. She was the mysterious NXT parking lot attacker. In the world of NXT, that's like the DB Cooper of NXT. That's the most notorious unsolved crime in the history of NXT.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm
her.
sorry, my brain has ran so many places at this point. Like I'm thinking, oh Glenn, I'll help you out. And since we're gonna be a new promotion, we're gonna have him stay at the Circus. And we're gonna film something in there because that hotel is that creepy. Like I'm already booking the travel for you and everything.
I'm like, no live events to start with. It's all just cinematic.
All pre-recorded. That way you only get a handful of people. Actually, they can even record it in the ring.
Yeah. But I love the idea of a match that's up and down the Vegas Strip.
Oh my God, me too. Yeah. I was thinking that too. Yo, Glenn, let's do it.
Yeah, we should do it. We gotta find some wrestlers that'll work for nothing.
I mean, that's gonna be. We'll stay at the Circus.
We'll give them shares. They'll get equity in the company.
Circus is better than that. Isn't it an Econo Lodge or something that's like snuck in there in the Strip? That's where Baron Corbin stayed when he was drunk. You know what I'm talking about.
I've stayed at the Travel Lodge on the Strip before, and I remember saying, I was like, why are we here? This was really the best option. And a bandmate of mine was like, my mom's a travel agent. She said it was good. There's a free continental breakfast.
I went to Vegas years ago, and it was for a wedding, and it was so it was on a budget, right? And then I remember I stayed at it was off the Strip. But my friend made fun of me for being off the Strip, and we were on our way there, and I was like, oh yeah, where are you at? She's like, the Travel Lodge. And I'm like, you're going to end up. It was the Palace Station, bro. It was the Palace Station.
I like the Palace Station.
The Palace Station is top tier compared to the Travel Lodge.
Great.
And they offered the little shuttle, 24 hours. It takes you to the Strip. Yo, we were in Vegas for like 2 hours, and my friend was already like checking if there was any rooms at the Palace
Station. They
Palace Station is a great hotel. Yeah,
there's always like a 3-hour line for that oyster bar that's there.
Yeah,
it's huge. Chad W$2 saying loser gets thrown off the top of the Strat.
We can do it, and then we just put him in the bungee jump.
Yeah,
and then that way we'll just get the video of them falling
down. Seeds are being planted, folks. We're going to talk to our contacts. They're telling us about NXT catering and being like, yo, when's your contract up? We got a hot new promotion.
There's no catering. We all go to In-N-Out, and everybody pays for their own meal. Afterwards,
we go to the buffet. I'll get some buffet coupons, you know.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Glenn got those points. He'll hook us up.
Yeah, be like, it's not like he'd spread everybody. Nothing but the best for y'all. You know. I mean, I don't have Smashing Pumpkins money or anything, but you know, I'll take care of the talent. I'll make sure everyone's taken care of.
Listen. It just takes creative minds and then wanting to do it.
Sunny Sitar, I was at Red Rock in Summerlin. Red Rock is beautiful, the hotel in Summerlin.
Yes, it is.
So nice.
There's a lot of off the strip options nowadays, and I know you can talk about it more than I can, but there's a lot of off the strips options that are really, really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
No, I mean, I haven't been to the strip. Well, with F1, everyone's been avoiding.
Terrible.
Yeah, because of that. Although, you know what's funny? You saw the videos from last week and it was a ghost town.
Yeah.
Everyone avoided it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But Blair Davenport won. This was good. Thea Hale still looked good. I think she's distracted because of what's going on with Andre Chase. But Blair Davenport is getting that push. She's finally got some momentum, so we'll see what happens. We also saw Dragunov and Baron Corbin as they prepare for their NXT deadline match, and I was just distracted. I was like, Baron Corbin's house is really nice.
Yeah,
that dude has invested his money well.
I mean, he already been broke. He's been through it. He's not gonna like take it for granted again now that he's got it.
Yeah, absolutely. So then we had Eddie Thorpe versus Charlie Dempsey.
Why was he in the show?
Thorpe got the win. They're keeping Thorpe on the back burner. He's kind of in that, I hate to say it, like, this is the problem. It's like he's feuded so much with Dijak that he's in the Dijak spot now.
Right.
Which is a tough spot to be in.
It was a short match, though, at least.
Yeah. I think a lot of these guys, they're just trying to keep them hot enough because they're like, well, we might have something bigger for you in the future.
Right. Just gotta keep them on TV so people remember them. Mm-hmm.
I like Eddie Thorpe a lot. I think bright things for him. But yeah, he got beat down after the match by Dempsey, Gulak, and Bourne. Then, so Tony D was collecting his envelopes. You know,
amazing. He was getting paid, Glenn.
Yeah, well, he's the Don, you know.
And they said this one's a little light. The guy said inflation, taxes. Oh my God, I popped for that.
This was great. This was fun. And, you know, he was so happy talking about how Rizzo's come up in the organization. He's known her his life. She's part of the family now. And goes outside. And Los Lobos Locos just fierce after their victory. Because they've got the blood of the wolf in them. Attacking Tony D and Stacks.
I got two confirmations. That is good.
Here's the weird part, though.
The catering, by the way. 2 confirmations now.
That's good?
Yeah.
But okay, here's what we need to know from some talent that's seen both. How does it, like, if main roster is like a 10?
The people I'm talking to have seen both. You want me to ask a comparison? Now I'm asking too much. Let's save that one for next Tuesday, you know?
For next one.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to ask all the questions about NXT. We're going to do the inside look.
I'm making a document. We're gonna end up making a documentary on my channel after we get all the answers.
I've Googled WWE catering dozens of times over the years and read every article about the chefs and the preparation and how much food they need and how they need to accommodate everybody's diet. It's fascinating. It's like running a Las Vegas buffet that travels. And then Vince just eats his steak wrap. But anyhow,
Los Lobos attacked the tag team champions, and now they have a match next week for the tag titles.
Oh, see, Alicia A is saying, I guess the violence of the NXT parking lot follows the superstars to any parking lot.
That's a valid point, Alicia. That wasn't a parking lot. They didn't even let them out of the restaurant, but I'm excited for the match. I just hope that the Angelos retain.
It's crazy that only in the world of NXT can a mafia don and an underboss be viciously attacked in a parking lot and
by wolves.
Yes, by wolves. And the retribution for this is a title match on television.
Makes no sense, but that's what I love about wrestling.
I was going to tweet. I was going to say, if the D'Angelo family's going to settle this, they're going to need some silver bullets. And I was like, no, that's uncalled for. That's a little insensitive in this day and age.
Yeah, it is, but it would have been funny.
Yeah, I was like, man, people take things out of context too much. Anyone that doesn't understand.
You can't say anything. You can't say anything nowadays.
Yeah, if you don't watch wrestling, that sounds like a really fucked up tweet. Anyhow, so then we come to the main event. Lyra Valkyria, the champion, versus Zia Lee for the NXT Women's Championship, went over tonight. What did you think of this, and how do you think Lyra looked in her first title defense? Yeah,
I thought she looked amazing, and I really respected the way that she kept selling her head from earlier. I thought she was doing a great job at selling. I thought Xia Li looked great here. I think Xia Li had 2 incredible showings between last night and tonight, obviously both in losing results, but I enjoyed the match. It felt slightly predictable. I don't know that the angle they did earlier in the night made me think that Xia Li had a bigger chance, and I don't know if that helped her, but I like the match.
It's a good match. I was pretty sure once it was in the main event, though. I was like, if they're taking this off of Lyra, like, I was like,
there's no way they can do that. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Xia Li losing last night, like it was just. But hey, it gives her a first strong title defense, and I like Xia Li and how she came off. I like seeing her get more TV time, but it was a very predictable outcome. But still, with the angle, it added a little tension to it.
I thought it was good. I thought this episode was a lot of fun. The stuff with Chase U, the stuff with the D'Angelo family, the stuff with Robert Stone's family and Von Wagner. There was a lot to enjoy tonight between the wrestling. And again, NXT, like, I can't hate on the show. I'm never bored during NXT, even a week.
Even with that long match to start the show, they still managed to fit in all of this. Like, I thought it was crazy. The video packages, the in-ring, like, there was a lot of NXT tonight. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
And it went by quickly for me. I don't know how you felt, but for me, I thought the show flew by.
It was fun. I was having a good time, even with the overrun. And a couple programming notes. One, no Friday podcast. Issa is traveling. She's going to Survivor Series. Flobo's out with family. I said, I can make time. And they were like, Glenn, you did it once alone, never again. I was like, oh, fine. Okay. I tried, folks. Saturday, we're not covering Survivor Series. Issa will be there, so pay attention to our Twitter feed. I'll be watching and tweeting along. Please pay attention.
I might drunk FaceTime you just because I haven't done it since like Mania. I forgot to drunk FaceTime you in Detroit. Shame on me.
Home of the Juggalos. Cool. Well, hey everybody. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Issa, so you're traveling, you can't partake in traditional Thanksgiving food. Traditionally, what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
I don't really have a favorite Thanksgiving dish.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. I like pasteles, but that's a Puerto Rican thing.
Oh, are there regional customizations for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I mean, we do the turkey thing, but we're eating arroz con gandules, pasteles. Like, we're eating different things on the side, like guineito and escabeche, which I love. But we eat different sides of food. We still do the turkey, though, like the main. Oh, and sometimes we do ham, which is normal in the States. But the side dishes are a lot different in Puerto Rico than they are in the States. I will eat some. Last year, I ended up in Boston. I got there early enough, so I ate some, those prefix menus they do at the hotel lobby restaurants. Oh, it was an amazing, very, very dry turkey with some mashed potatoes. I'll probably end up in the same place. Just to say, hey, I had a Thanksgiving meal. I ate a quarter of it. So
there's something to be said for tradition. So
yeah, you had to do it, and I landed in Chicago early enough that I should be able to get something.
What I like in recent years, I wasn't always on this bandwagon, but I like making fresh cranberry sauce. It's very easy.
I never had cranberry sauce.
Oh, it's good.
I never had stuffing.
Wait,
I never had green bean casserole.
And that you're not missing on anything.
I never had any of that stuff.
Stuffing is literally just like croutons. It's bread that you're cooking with vegetable broth, butter, vegetables. That you're making.
How I hate my foods mix. So as soon as you said it's croutons and then you started adding things, it just like you lost me.
Thanksgiving is a very beige holiday. A lot of the foods are very beige.
When you said it that way, it is.
Yeah, but it's good though. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, fresh cranberry sauce is very easy. You just boil a cup of water, a cup of sugar, dissolve it, toss in the cranberries, simmer it till they start popping. And take it off the heat and let it cool. And you get this nice, sweet but tart, fresh jelly that is lovely on your main course. Highly recommend.
I like cranberry vodka.
Cranberry vodka's good. You know what's dope? Ike's Place, the sandwich chain has, I get the vegan version, but they have a sandwich that's a turkey sandwich. It's got cranberry sauce on it with sriracha. So it's sweet, tart, and spicy, which is an amazing combination of flavors.
Sounds horrible.
Sweet and spicy is where it's at.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyhow, folks, have a great Thanksgiving. And everyone, please, again, stay safe.
For you guys.
Yes. Stay safe, everyone. I think you're doing that. I
I'm
think
not. I swear to you, it's a StreamYard thing.
it doesn't do that for me.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Nope.
Wait, stop moving it. Your heart is not shaped right. Maybe it is me. Oh my God, Glenn. I'm so magical.
She's trolling me at this point, everyone.
No. Again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the chat. We love you guys. Glenn, I love you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Love you too, Issa. Have a good Thanksgiving, everyone. We'll see you soon on the Wrestling Inc. podcast. Take care.